All right, so yesterday in the BloodHound workshop, right, we generated some trade signals here as kind of illustrated by this screenshot from Randy. Just to kind of summarize here. So once we get a bar closing, in a particular direction, we have a down bar here. So once we get a bar closing down, then on the next bar here, now this is monitored while the bar is forming. So this is basically a real-time signal here. So when the next bar opens here, if price moves downward, in the same direction as the previous bar closed, when price moves down 4 ticks, or whatever you might want to set this distance at, when price moves down, then a BloodHound signal is generated, and for BlackBird, a market entry order is going to be executed here when that BloodHound signal occurs. And then, so once we have a position opened, then we're going to set a profit target of 8 ticks from the bar open, right? So we're going to take the bar open and then add 8 ticks to establish a profit target. And we're also going to establish a stop loss. And let's see, Randy, you never provided, a stop loss distance. So I'm just going to use 8 ticks, right? So we're just going to create a simple 8 tick profit target and 8 tick stop loss. And that's it, right? So like I mentioned, this is going to be fairly quick and easy to do in BlackBird. All right, so let's start working here. Okay, so let me get BlackBird up and running first thing. So let's see, I already have a BlackBird on my chart ready to go. So I just need to enable the strategy like so, and then I can click OK and let it start up. There we go. Next step is to click on the order settings button down here, and that will open up, all right, the BlackBird interface. So the first step we're going to do is we're going to add our BloodHound signal source here, right? So just click on the signal pull down menu here, and we'll click on BloodHound to add our BloodHound signals, and then open up the menu again. And the first step is to load in our BloodHound template file, right? So we're going to use the ellipses button here, and that will open up the BloodHound interface. And then we can click on File, and there is yesterday's workshop file from April 22nd. So let's open that up. There we go. We can see it's loaded. And as a good practice here, you should always take a quick look at your logic templates. All right, so click on the logic tab there, and then take a look at your logic template, and just make sure everything looks like it's connected up correctly. All right, so you just want to make sure that you didn't leave your template, or you want to make sure that you didn't leave your result node connected up, to the wrong location or something like that, right? Just take a quick peek at it. So, all right, so once everything, everything's okay, just click the OK button. And there is our BloodHound file loaded in. And next step, we can use the drop-down menu here to select our entry signals. And let's see, yes, the first one there. All right. And of course, if you do have an exit signal logic template, you can enable that and select the logic template, but we don't have that. So we're just going to use a stop loss instead. All right, so that's it. Our BloodHound is all set up and loaded in. And one thing to take note of is that, as I mentioned, these signals are generated in real time, right? So that means that I need to go into BlackBird and adjust the calculate setting. So I need to go back into the strategy window here, and I need to change this calculate setting right here, right? So you can see everything's grayed out, right? NinjaTrader disables the properties menu here. Once a strategy is enabled, you're not allowed to change anything. So we need to turn off the strategy temporarily. So hit apply. And now we can go in and change the calculate mode here. So instead of on bar close, we want those signals to occur in real time. So we're going to set our calculate mode to on price change. There we go. So this is a requirement of NinjaTrader. So if BloodHound or if any other indicator that you are using in BlackBird, so if BloodHound requires the calculate setting to be on each tick or on price change, then NinjaTrader requires that BlackBird must also run with that same calculate mode here, right? And the same thing for any other indicator that you may be using in BlackBird. Okay, so let's just put this on price changed and enable it, and we're good to go. There we go. So there's BloodHound on the bottom. And let's set the logic template here in BloodHound. Right, so there's our historical trade signals, and we should see a signal here. Oh, no, maybe, no, actually not. Sorry. There is a limitation within the trade signals where the body needs to be 4 ticks of a body size here. So, all right, and that was a doji, so we're not going to get a signal there either. So we're going to have to wait for this next bar to close here. But let's go ahead and set up our order set here first. So, all right, so this is going to be a market entry, right? So when the signal occurs, we're just going to throw a market entry order in. And so there we go. There's our signal in real time right there. There we go. All right, so our profit target, as we mentioned here, let's pull up our screenshot again here, right? So our profit target is, it's not 8 ticks from the close of the bar. It's going to be 8 ticks from the open of the bar here. So we're taking the open price and then setting an 8 tick stop loss from the open here. So not from the closing price. All right, so let's open up our profit target menu here. And let's just go ahead and select the 10 tick one. And then we'll open up the profit target. Go into the initial placement here. And then make some adjustments. So we want this to be an 8 tick profit target. All right, so adjust the offset to 8 ticks. However, we don't want it to be 8 ticks from the entry price, right? We want it to be 8 ticks offset from the open of the bar, right? So the open price. So there we go. So we just needed to make 2 adjustments, right? Set the anchor price, which is going to be the open of the bar, and then set our offset distance from that anchor price. All right, next, the stop loss here. So Randy wants to use a 0.75 ATR. Okay, so let's do that. So for our stop losses, let's use the ATR one here to get us started here. All right, and then open up our stop loss. And again, go into the initial placement of our stop loss. And again, instead of the stop loss, well, actually, yeah, I'm assuming here, Randy, that you want the stop loss based off the open of the bar. So again, we'll go into the anchor price here, and we'll set it to the open price. And then the ATR indicator is already set up here for our offset. So we just need to go in and adjust the multiplier and set that to 0.75. Right? So, of course, a negative 0.75. And that does it. So there is our 0.75 ATR from the open price of the bar. And that's it. We're done. So now we can just click OK. And let's see, enable the auto trading. And again, we have a bar here with a body that's less than 4 ticks. And let's see. We had a long signal. I guess I need to check the BloodHound logic here. Yeah, we had a long signal generated when price had moved up. So let me check the BloodHound logic and see if something got changed. Well, it's not doing it now. Maybe it just moved so quickly I didn't see it correctly. But let's see here. I'm just going to go in and I was going to make a quick adjustment anyways. Yeah, so I was just going to remove this minimum body size here so we could just generate some more signals for our testing. Let's see here. Let's also remove that there. All right, so some quick adjustments there. Click OK. And then, it's a good habit to get into here. If you're editing your BloodHound logic like that, it's a good practice to reload the strategy to make sure that those settings take place here. There's no guarantee that changes like that will take place. They typically do, but there's no guarantee because that is that's kind of contradictory to how NinjaTrader likes things to run. All right, so let's just reload the chart here just to make sure those BloodHound changes take place. And all right, yeah, so I can see now that with a small body size that we're still getting signals there. Cool. All right. So there we go. Let's enable the auto trader. And shoot, we have a doji. All right. Why the NQ sure is really tame right now. It's amazing to see the NQ create a bunch of dojis. All right, so we might get a short signal. There we go. Great. Okay, so there we have it.